Hey guys, Justin here from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. As always, this is our weekly watch list video highlighting the 5 plays that we are watching for this week. That being said, 5 plays this week, first one being Twitter, second one being UAL, third one being NVDA, fourth one being AAL, and then the fifth one being Netflix. Hope you guys all have a great green week and look forward to trading with you all on Monday. Thank you. So, getting things started, as we do with every video, the first thing that we like to do is break down the market. What can we expect to see from the market within the coming week, and what have we seen within the past week? I got a few requests to do a breakdown on SPY instead of the NASDAQ futures. So today I am going to be using SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF, for a breakdown here to see what I'm seeing. So clearly, very strong selling day here on Friday. You can see we're pushing down here on volume versus these green days here, these bounces of low volume. And that's a lot of the typical market movement. It's what we've been seeing lately. It's a sellers dominated market here currently. Not seeing much until we break out of this what region is this? 457 area up here. Until then, still weak. I do think we can see lows down here into this 417 area, which is where we bounced back here at the beginning of March before pushing up into this 460 region. However, a failed breakout here, a false breakout that we did get here on 329 before selling off and claiming new lows here. So you can see we aren't hitting fresh lows here or lows that we have seen from this recent sell-off, but we are still in a lower low structure here after this failed breakout here that we got on 329. So overall, still looking very, very weak here on SPY. Breaking down of this 430 region, and now we're testing this 425.60 support region. Also happens to be this area back here in the middle of June of last year before we did get a cup breakout into a handle, pull back here and push up. So if we get a move and hold below 425 here, I do think we see lows down here into the 420, sub 420 into the 417 region here. Biggest support down here at this 410 region. But again, overall, a perspective on the market looking very, very weak here. You can see a clear seller-dominated week here. Past 2 days, heavy selling. Again, we've sold off from 450 all the way down here to 425. So massive sell-off here, sold off over $25 here on SPY in the past 2 days. And main reason being is Powell was speaking at the IMF, a monetary meeting, and did mention the potential for 50 basis point rate hike in the May FOMC meeting. Market getting very skittish within that news, and that is why we have seen this big sell-off here lately, as well as a lot of market digestion. We're still trying to find a bounce here. You can see all these bounces have failed this 460 region. Until we get a clear confirmed breakout over that level, I do not think we see any more upside here within the market. That being said, there are a few plays that are still setting up nicely. And again, the nice thing with options trading is you can always trade them to the downside. It's not that you only can trade things to the upside. That is the beauty of options trading. So let's take a quick look at the first play. It's going to be Twitter. Now, one thing to note about Twitter is it's going to be heavily news related. It's going to be reliant on the takeover bid. If it gets accepted, what is the offer that they're going to get, what is the buyout price. If they don't accept it, that will obviously have an impact on the stock price itself. From a technical perspective here, we're trying to form a nice cup move here. You can see we get this gap move up here into this region up here into 53. Nice pullback, nice consolidation here. You can see we're holding this 44.91 support very strong. So buyers down here at this level trying to cup move here. And again, this one's going to be very news reliant, but I do think we can cup fill up into this 52 region here on Twitter, barring any news on that takeover bid. So up here into this 52 region, we'll be on watch here. A lot of relative strength on Friday for Twitter, up over 3% versus the market that was down 3%. So very, very strong move. You can see some sellers dominating this 49.60 region. Personally, from an intraday perspective, going to be watching this one on Monday if we do break through 49.40, which is going to be this region that we did get up here. I was watching this one on Friday. A lot of massive offers at this region. So what does massive offers mean? It means that there's large sellers at this level. Now, That doesn't mean they're going to stick around and they will be there on Monday, but it gives us a level to watch. So if we confirm and hold through 49.40, we'll be eyeing this one closely to scalp here on Monday. And again, heavily news reliant play simply due to the nature of Twitter and then the takeover bid that has been proposed lately. Next play, this one's going to be a sector strength play, and it has been a theme here lately. Airlines more so lately, but before that, the energy sector, which things like Oxy and XOM. So UAL on close watch here, one that we traded on Friday. Very, very nice setup here on it. Relative strength following earnings, pushing here to the upside. The biggest level that I need to see here on this one is a break and a move through 53. If we do get a move through 53, I do think we see continued upside here on this and potential to see 55 within the coming week. You can see this is almost a 9-month base here that we have failed to continuously break out. So if we do finally get a breakout, I do think we will get some breakout buyers taking this and pushing it to the upside. So again, watching this one through 53 here within the coming week to take to the upside. NVIDIA. Looking very, very weak. And this is one that everyone was watching the market, thought we would bounce off of this 212 support region where we bounced multiple times. Failed to do so. Retest here. Now we're triggering all those stop orders, which is why we have this waterfall selling as well as the market being weak. What I'm watching is a continued hold below this 195 region, the 200 region, for continued selling here. And why 200? It's a big psychological level that institutions will watch as well as many traders. So why is it a big level? Because it's a whole number. It's easy to find. It's where a lot of orders are going to take place. Market makers will be watching this level. So watching it below this 200 region, there's really two potentials here. First one is a bounce retest into 200 for a rejection to the downside. Second one is going to be continued lower lows. You do see we have a support back here at this 190 area. So watching that level here within the coming week, 190, an area of interest here on NVIDIA as we continue to see weakness in a clear downtrend pattern here. Failed reversal as we got here on the NASDAQ as well before pushing to the downside here on NVIDIA. So again, looking weak, watching either for a bounce into 200 for a rejection or a lower low breakdown through 190 to trade this to the downside. Fourth play, also a sector-related strength play, one that's similar setup to UAL. Doesn't have as much strength as UAL, but it does have potential. And the main level I'm watching here is going to be a move through 22. Similar structure as UAL, a 9-month base here. Tried to break out back here on 11.5 and 11.6, or 11.9, excuse me. Failed. Now I want to see for a clear conviction, I want this through 22 to take to the upside. Will be a level to watch here. If we do get 22, we can see some breakout bids taking this into the 24.50 region and up into that 52-week high at 26.04. So watching this one close, nice gap up here off of earnings. You can see sellers dominating this 21.19 region. You can see sellers also in control here, but waiting on that 22 breakout here for AAL to continue the relative strength that it has shown recently. Last play, I'm sure a lot of you guys have watched this one also. It's going to be Netflix. Historic drop, the biggest volume we have traded here on Netflix ever. Largest market cap loss on Netflix. First time it has lost subscribers in over 10 years. So that's why you got this huge gap down. Now, these are all levels if we're going out to the 20-year weekly chart. It's how far out you have to go to find some support levels here. On Netflix, we're testing levels that we saw back here in early 2019 and late 2018. So really watching this one below 212. And if we zoom in on a shorter time frame interval, where was that 212 level from? That 212 level comes from that reversal following the earnings. We pushed down into 212 before pushing and closing up near 225. Same thing here on Thursday, continuously held 212. Same thing here on Friday, we held that 212 region. So watching if we hold below 212. If we do hold below 212, liking this setup for Netflix to the downside here. If we hold that 212 region, we could get a nice reversal here. Obviously, a huge margin here on this one as we did gap down from 350s all the way down into almost 200. So Huge error or huge area of margin here on Netflix. Looking very, very weak here. You can see we're forming these two inside days on lower volume. As expected, you aren't going to get as high a volume as the initial day of earnings, especially after a move like that. Still some elevated volume. I want to see this hold below 212. 2 puts on this one within the coming week. As for a reversal region to the upside, watching through 226 to take calls on this for an upside move within the coming week. That being said, that wraps up our watch list video for the week. If you did like this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you are interested in getting our course, our alerts and guidance from myself, feel free to check out SimplifiedInvesting.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys all have a great weekend and look forward to trading with you all on Monday. Thank you.